Hi everyone, Pete here. I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself to maybe help you make a decision on whether or not you should join the Rising Tide Discord community. Also, towards the end of this video, I'll announce some recent changes to the subscription options, and these changes are based off of feedback I received from quite a few folks. So, just wanted to let you know we're always listening, and feedback is welcome. And then also, I'll towards the end of the video, I'll announce the October promotion. So please stay tuned. To start, I've spent years studying the stock market and different trading strategies, and I'm really fascinated by trading because once you really understand it and you can control your emotions, the opportunities are endless. Once you learn how to make money and not have to really rely on the man, you know, you'll never have to really worry about money again. You could lose money, but at least you know you have a way of making it back. It has become a passion of mine, and I would love to take that knowledge and share it with you, which is why I started the Discord. I wanted a really great community of folks who support each other and are willing to learn together and push the boundaries, and then share that knowledge and pass that knowledge on to additional folks. Um, and you might say, yeah, Pete, so do a lot of other people. And I would say you're right. There are a lot of talented traders out there. There's also scammers, so you have to be careful, but there's a lot of talented traders. Um, and if you really want to learn, you're going to watch the videos, you're going to read a lot of books, and that will only get you so far. You get to a point where you really need to just start dipping your toes in the water. You need to either trade in a real account or trade in like a practice account. And then once you start doing that, you're going to have questions, or you're going to have good days and you're going to want to celebrate with someone, or you're going to have really bad days and you're going to need to talk to someone. And you're going to need people there to help support you and lift you up. And that's what we're here to do. Uh, so, I would encourage you to try other Discords. I did that too along my journey. I wanted to find a Discord where I really felt like I was home. And it might take quite a few communities for you to get to that point. And I think that's totally fine. And there's a lot of different strategies you can learn. You can learn from a lot of different smart folks who have different points of view. And I think that's great. Now, why do I think the RTI Discord differs? Uh, I think because a large element is can come back to my whole professional life. So my whole professional life, I have been in some sort of service role, whether that's in the services industry like hospitality or in tech. My job has always been to make sure that clients feel comfortable, and they're getting the most value out of whatever they're paying for. It's in my blood to make sure that you have the best experience possible. I really care about the service that you receive. And I want to make sure that I'm giving you the best experience. And so, um, I want to make sure that, I'm there to hold your hands. Uh, I'm there to help answer any questions. I don't give financial advice, and I'm not a financial planner or financial advisor. So your success is really up to you, but I want to try to make it as easy as possible. And I want to try to give you the stepping stones you need in order to be successful and in order to be profitable. I also want to make sure that you're obviously receiving the most value out of the community. So that's a little bit about myself, and why I think you should join our community. Now I want to talk about the subscriptions changes. So we recently made updates and decided to tier the subscriptions. It's pretty apparent that um, there's a large population of folks who might be somewhat interested in stocks or very interested in stocks, and they just don't have the time because they have, full-time jobs. to really monitor the market as often as maybe we do as day traders. And that's totally fine. They also probably don't have as high of a risk tolerance. Again, that's fine. Day trading is extremely risky, and most people actually fail. I think only about 90%, or sorry, only about 10% of day traders actually make it. It's very, very tough, but it could be very, very rewarding. So once you have your strategy down and something that works for you, it could be very rewarding. Anyways, we wanted to make a tier where the folks who can't pay attention all the time can still participate. And so we decided to split it up into 2 tiers. So there's the basic tier and the VIP tier, and I will go over the difference. The basic tier is really going to be focusing more on the trading alerts, because not only will we be alerting day trades like quick scalps, but we'll also be alerting trades where we're planning on holding for a few months or a few years. We'll let you know if it's a long-term hold or not. As part of that basic package, you'll also have access to like weekly outlooks, so you understand what the bias is going into the week. And you also have access to channels that break down stocks that are in what we believe are in accumulation, and other stocks which we believe are in distribution. And the thought there is that this will make it easier for you to figure out what you want in your longer term portfolios. And just what I mean by that, as a reminder, so accumulation, if you don't know what accumulation or distribution means, accumulation is where big institutions, they're quietly accumulating stocks, and there's going to be shakeouts or trying to get some of the what people call, I guess, the paper hands out before they're ready to mark it up. And there's usually footprints to let you know, and there's patterns to look out for that kind of signal that a particular stock might be in accumulation. And so we're going to call those out, and we'll call out when it might make sense to enter. And then on the flip side, we'll also call out stocks that might be in distribution. So distribution are probably the stocks that you hear in the media, right? Because and if you join the Discord, we could talk more about that. But pretty much distribution, you hear pretty often about these stocks because these big institutions are trying to mark them up, and they're going to kind of get you to want to FOMO in. But what they're really doing is they want you to FOMO in because they want your liquidity to get out. They want you to be holding the bags so that they can get out at a higher price. And there's, like I said, there's footprints, there's things that we can look out for. We want to make sure that you're not falling into any of those traps. And accumulation and distribution happens on all time frames. It happens on small time frames. So for example, there could be a stock that's in macro distribution, but on the smaller time frames, they're in accumulation because they're getting ready to mark it back up again so that they can unload. So we can mark off stocks that are in accumulation or distribution on smaller time frames, intermediary time frames like a few months, or macro, a few years. There's some big stocks that I believe have been in distribution for a while, and are nearing their final phase of distribution, which means it could get a little bit painful. And so I want you to be made aware so that you can make the right decisions for your long-term portfolio and make smarter decisions when it comes to entries and exits. Because most of the time what I hear is, Pete, I happened to get into NVIDIA, years ago, and I don't know when to exit. I got super lucky. I don't know why I even entered. I got super lucky. Or Eli Lilly, same thing. I've heard that many times from both friends and family. And I'm just thinking to myself, I really want to help you. I want you to at least understand how to read a chart, so you can make a more informed decision about your portfolio. Anyways, so basic includes trade alerts, weekly outlook, accumulation channel, distribution channel, some educational material, and there will also be a basic chat where you can ask questions and just communicate with other members within the community. Obviously, most of my experience or most of my time will be spent in the VIP chat, which I'll go over. But I will be available in the basic chat as well. I want to make sure again that you're supported. And then the final piece is you will have access to one-on-one mentorship in the basic, but you're gonna have to pay an additional like one-time fee for that whenever you want to spend time with me. So we could talk about that later as well. And then in the VIP, what you get is you get everything included in basic as well as VIP specific chat. One-on-one mentorship is included in the cost. You'll have access to additional educational material, books, this unusual Whales bot so you can monitor flow of specific stocks. There will be live trading, trade review, and live streams so we can ask questions and we can chart together, whether that's at night or maybe in the evening, like right after work, whatever works best for everyone. So what we're hoping is that these different tiers allow you to find a subscription that works better for you and your needs. And then to kick things off, let's go into the October promotion. So the October promotion, we're going to offer 40% off from, and it's a lifetime 40% off of the VIP subscription. And so what that actually brings it down to pretty much the same as the basic price or very close to the basic price right now on a monthly basis. And you get access to everything. And that 40% could be paid to the monthly, and I think there's like a 3-month option and an annual option. So you could apply the 40% to any of those. And the 3-month and annual are already discounted, so it's a pretty nice offer. Yeah, so this will run until the very last day in October. And then, yeah, so please let me know if you have any questions or if you have any feedback. Maybe there's something we're not offering that you would like us to offer and would maybe help you consider joining. But again, reach out if you have any questions, and we really, really hope to see you soon. Thanks.